This is CTV News with Craig Krause.
Blustery conditions are definitely order of the day.
Tonight, preparations are underway for extreme rain as island-wide rainfall warnings prompt proactive measures. Also ahead.
3, 2, 1, fire.
Out with a bang. It's the end of an era for a record-breaking piece of electric infrastructure, but really, it's just cool video of old power lines getting blown up. Plus, Adam finds out why a Victoria woman has been going outside to search for something specific almost daily for decades. Later on the Sawatsky sign-off. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Vancouver Islanders, be warned. Batten down the hatches and brace yourselves for a windy wallop and heavy downpours over the next couple of days. You're also being urged to stay away from rivers and streams and to be prepared for potential power outages. CTV's Andy Garland reports.
We are on the heels of the first fall storm to hit Vancouver Island this year.
Wet, blustery conditions are definitely order of the day.
Environment Canada says a borderline atmospheric river event has already hit the North Island and will continue south, blanketing the majority of Vancouver Island.
We have seen some really vigorous winds off the northern tip of the island. Wind gusts up in the Sartine Island area have been up on the order of 130 km/h. Plus.
BC Hydro is expecting high winds, and when you add that to the drought conditions we experienced this summer, Hydro says your power may go out.
We do expect that the vegetation is weakened, so heavy rains and winds could cause tree failures resulting in power outages. So we encourage everybody to be prepared.
In anticipation for heavy rains, BC Hydro has more than doubled the release of water from Comox Lake Dam into the Puntledge River. It's gone from 42 cubic meters per second to 100.
Advising the public to please stay away from the Puntledge River flow. It is high and dangerous. We expect to maintain a high and dangerous flow until Monday evening.
The BC River Forecast Centre is echoing the same safety message, extending to all rivers and streams, issuing a high stream flow advisory for most of the coastline and all of Vancouver Island, with the potential of flooding in some areas.
Since yesterday and overnight, a fair bit of rain, particularly in the north coast, parts of Vancouver Island, the north and the west. We've seen 60 to 100 millimeters of rain already in places like Tofino.
They add to try and keep storm drains clear and check Drive BC website for the latest road conditions.
Be prepared for weather and just really monitor conditions if you're out and about.
The rainy, windy conditions are supposed to last for a couple of days. Environment Canada expects the wet, blistery conditions will come and go till at least Halloween. Andy Garland, CTV News, the Comox Valley.
And speaking of power lines, stunning video from BC Hydro shows the moment it completed a successful removal of one of the world's longest overwater power line crossings.
3, 2, 1, fire.
The more than 3-kilometer power line across the Jervis Inlet was installed in the 1960s and was one of the 2 lines supplying electricity to around 10,000 residents in the Powell River area. BC Hydro is planning to install a new power line across the inlet. It should be completed, though, by 2027. The Victoria Police Department is launching a new program where it will temporarily hire retired officers to fill staffing shortages. By doing this, the department hopes to have faster response times and a consistent level of service. As Anna McMillan shows us, the announcement comes as the department seeks a budget boost of nearly 10%.
As the Victoria Police Department tries to find new recruits, the leadership team is turning its focus to retirees.
Many of these people have deep roots in our communities and a proven understanding of our local challenges.
The department is allowing retired cops to clock back in for up to 3 years with an annual salary of roughly $160,000.
We are hoping that we will get interest from a variety of retired police officers, whether they're from Vic PD or whether they're from any other municipal agency.
Most of the retired to hired officers will be on patrol in an effort to prevent service interruptions while long-term recruitment efforts are underway.
The demands of policing have evolved, and so too must our approaches to workplace management.
In a recent interview with CTV News, Wilson said roughly 45 people are not deployable at any given time because they're on leave or training as new recruits. Vic PD has an authorized force of 269 officers to cover Victoria and Esquimalt.
Last night, we actually presented to both of those councils, and we have asked for an additional 16 officers to be added to our authorized strength.
Those positions are part of the department's proposed budget for next year. It's seeking an increase of roughly $7.8 million, which would boost its budget to well over $86 million.
If we start our discussions with the assumption that we agree with everything that is in the police request, then our baseline as a tax increase is 5.02%. And whatever we do other than police is on top of that.
As for the Victoria Mayor's thoughts on the new employment program,
it's remarkable, actually, the work that they've done, and I'm really pleased.
Vic PD says applications are open as of today. Anna McMillan, CTV News, Victoria.
With BC Public Service workers now in their 8th week of job action, more sectors are joining in. Members from the BC Wildfire Service and the Ministry of Forests are now behind the picket lines. The Wildfire Service says there are 94 active wildfires still burning in the province, with 90% of them considered under control. Despite job action, the union says essential services remain in place to ensure public safety. Both sides began non-binding mediation over the weekend. The Greater Victoria Teachers Association has filed a grievance over the opening rollout of the new Cedar Hill Middle School this fall. The association says the school's new building was completed out of compliance with teaching concerns over class size and class composition, adding that original blueprints included designs for a much larger build. The old building was fitted with 24 classrooms, whereas the new building only contains 19. The Teachers Association says they're moving forward with applications for classroom compliance.
The district has already applied for additional funding to build an annex. That funding needs to be approved by the ministry to make sure that we can bring that school into compliance.
The request for expansion now awaits approval from the province. Police on Vancouver Island have released an update and images of a 40-year-old woman who was reported missing last week. Ashley Bosma was last seen camping near Comox Lake on October 14th. Her family says it's unusual for her to be out of contact for this long. Bosma is described as 5'4" with blue eyes and hair dyed brownish purple and blonde. Mounties say it's possible that she had been picked up by a vehicle or had entered the area's hiking trails. In recent days, search and rescue volunteers have joined the RCMP in their effort to locate Bosma. Anyone with information related to her whereabouts is asked to contact the Comox Valley RCMP. One of the South Island's premier recreation centers is celebrating 50 years of community connection. Oak Bay Recreation Center is commemorating half a century of business by offering its patrons a day of throwback pricing. This Friday, the community center will be changing its prices to reflect the cost of admission back in 1975. The one-day offer will feature a wide range of activities for all ages, including a kids zone fit with a bouncy castle, music bingo, and a pair of 70s-themed swings and skates. A provincial request from the Tulukwit First Nation has finally been approved, restoring the original Nuuch name to a popular stretch of beach near Tofino. The Tinuus, meaning calming waters or calm beach, is a new official name of what was known as Mackenzie Beach. The name restoration follows a years-long consultation between the Government of BC and the Tulukwit First Nation, with support from the District of Tofino. Recognition of the site's original name comes as a meaningful step towards reconciliation and language elevation on the traditional lands. And still to come, expanding trade with Asian allies.
The action in terms of economic growth is in Asia.
Mark Carney meets with world leaders in Malaysia in a move to diversify trade, plus proposed changes to Canadian bail coming up. And Josh will be in next, but it is currently 14 degrees. It is looking pretty nice out there, but that storm is ahead. Josh will be coming in next after the break with a full look at the forecast.
CTV weather brought to you by Expedia Cruises, customizing dream vacations with unbelievable value. Call or learn more at expediacruises.ca.
West Shore Youth, looking for a fun spot to hang out? Youth nights are here. Skating, art, swims, and a place to chill. Staff-led and supervised for a safe, inclusive vibe. Check out WSPR.ca for more info.
All right, Josh joins us now. Josh, it's going to be a cold one. How's it looking out there?
Yeah, wet and windy across a good chunk of the island tonight, Craig. You've got rainfall warnings here for all the areas in green, and you'll notice it's not just a rainfall warning for Campbell River, Comox, it's also a wind warning. Port Hardy, just a wind warning. We'll give you a rough estimate of rainfall totals in a second. You can see the rain that's been falling through this afternoon across a good chunk of the island. Now, I think most of the rain and the strongest wind should be tonight into tomorrow morning. Take a look at some of these rainfall totals. You're up over 60 millimeters of rain already by tomorrow morning, whereas Victoria, really not much tonight. Most of the rain will fall through the course of the day tomorrow. You see, you're still just barely up over 60 through the course of Friday afternoon. So the bulk of that 60 to 80 millimeters worth of rain comes tonight into early tomorrow morning. We do see some more rain, looks like on Saturday, especially for inland areas and western parts of the island. Victoria will get some more rain on Saturday as well. So here's this first wave making its way slowly off to the south. There's tomorrow morning. Rain starts to roll into the Victoria area and then kind of breaks down as we get through the afternoon hours to just scattered showers for most areas. Here comes the next system sliding in from the south, and that will drop some more rain, it looks like, on Saturday. And for parts of the island, Sunday looks wet as well. Not so much for the north, though. I think you'll see a few sunny breaks by Sunday and Monday. Rain returning on Tuesday. Really windy gusts in some spots up over 100 kilometers per hour tonight and early tomorrow. High of about 10 degrees in the rain tomorrow afternoon. Morning rain for inland sections, then some sunny breaks in the afternoon. High of 12. Rain returns for Saturday. Could see a few showers as well on Sunday. Out of the west coast, heavy steady rain tonight into tomorrow. Breaks down late in the day tomorrow to just scattered showers, and then Saturday back to some steadier periods of rain and maybe a few showers Sunday as well, with temperatures around 10 degrees this weekend. 9 or 10 for daytime highs through the weekend in Comox. Rain tonight and tomorrow morning, then some sunny breaks tomorrow afternoon. Rain returning for Saturday, but Sunday should get a bit of a break. Morning rain, well, tonight and morning rain in Nanaimo, then some sunny breaks in the afternoon. High 14 tomorrow, but 8 degrees in the rain on Saturday. Mostly cloudy for Sunday. And in Victoria, a little gusty tomorrow. Gusts in the 40 to 50 kilometer per hour range. Rain mainly through the first half of the day. Some late day sunny breaks and not much change to temperature. 10 degrees in the morning, 12 in the afternoon. Still around that 9 to 11 degree range for highs Saturday, Sunday, with a chance of rain both days. Probably a little more steady on Saturday as opposed to Sunday. CTV Weather's brought to you by Expedia Cruises for air, land, and sea vacations.
Great. Well, thank you, Josh. It's going to be a windy one out there and a wet one, so be very cautious. Well, the Prime Minister will be heading to Asia tomorrow for 2 major economic conferences. At the top of the agenda will be diversifying trade and defense. Mark Carney will be in meetings with U.S. President and other world leaders. CTV's Judy Trin will be traveling with the Prime Minister and tells us what to expect.
3, 2, 1, and we cut.
This week, Canada celebrated 10 years of free trade with South Korea. To withstand the tariff war launched by the Americans, more agreements like this in Asia will help.
In trade, location is everything, and where you are sends a big signal. This Prime Minister has been to Europe 5 times. The action in terms of economic growth is in Asia. It's the growing middle class. It'll be a big part of the economic growth that the world is enjoying.
In September, Canada also signed a free trade agreement with Indonesia, the biggest country in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. At ASEAN, Prime Minister Mark Carney will work toward a separate economic treaty with the other 9 members of the economic bloc. Then he'll travel to Singapore to meet with that country's new leader, Lawrence Wong. But it's at APEC in South Korea where the stakes get much higher. Donald Trump is also attending the summit, and Carney has left open the possibility of announcing tariff relief for steel and aluminum.
We'll see. We're ongoing discussions with the Americans, and I wouldn't overplay it.
On Carney's schedule is a visit to Hanwha to assess if the Korean submarines are suitable for the Canadian Navy. Officials are also pursuing a bilateral meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The Canada-China Business Council is hoping a face-to-face will lead to a solution in the fight over electric vehicles and canola.
There are challenges on both sides in different sectors. EV tariffs should be part of that conversation. The counter tariffs on agri-food should be part of those conversations.
1 year ago, concerns about foreign interference dominated headlines after a public inquiry. It was an obstacle to warming relations with China. But that was before the trade war with the U.S. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
Ottawa tabled a bill today that cracks down on violent and repeat offenders. It comes after word that a man shot dead by police in Niagara Falls on Wednesday was allegedly out on bail for a crime committed 2 years ago against the same woman, murdered this week. CTV's Heather Wright reports.
On Tuesday afternoon, shots rang out at this busy shopping plaza in Brampton, Ontario. A woman shot and killed, a child abducted. The man accused was awaiting trial for domestic violence charges involving the same woman, 29-year-old Savannah Kula. It's these types of repeat and violent crimes Ottawa is hoping to crack down on, with new measures announced today.
This is a package of sweeping reforms that includes more than 80 targeted measures that will make bail laws stricter and sentencing tougher.
The federal Liberal government has been accused of being soft on crime and for allowing a so-called revolving door justice system that's too lenient on violent offenders. The changes announced today are designed to make bail more difficult to get, creating a reverse onus that falls on the accused.
The accused must provide information that clearly demonstrates they do not pose a public safety risk.
The bill also introduces a new set of aggravating factors that will lead to stiffer penalties against violent and repeat offenders, as well as those who target first responders, organized retail theft, and crimes against public infrastructure. Victims' rights advocates, police unions, and some provinces have been demanding these types of changes amid a rise in violent and high-profile crimes. But not everyone is on side. The Canadian Civil Liberties Association says there is not enough evidence that shows bail causes crime, and they worry innocent people will be held in custody as a result.
We do worry that as we erode this charter right more and more and more, we'll get into a situation where just because you are accused of something, before you have your day in court, you're held behind bars.
Asked about whether this bill will require more space in jails, the Justice Minister said provinces asked for these changes and should be developing the capacity to manage more people going through detention facilities. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
In the U.S., more than 30 people, including multiple current and former professional athletes, have been charged in connection with schemes involving illegal sports betting in rigged poker games.
Your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that.
In the first case, 6 defendants are accused of participating in an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about NBA players and teams. Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier is among those charged. Meanwhile, Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups is among those charged in a separate incident. An indictment, it alleges a wide-ranging scheme to rig underground poker games that were backed by the mafia. Days after a crew of thieves pulled off a stunning heist at the Louvre Museum in Paris, new video appears to show how they made their getaway. You can see what appears here to be the robbers in broad daylight descending down a mechanical ladder for a second-story window. From there, police say they escaped on scooters with more than $100 million worth of royal jewels. All right, well, coming up, Feather Fan. Adam meets a Victoria woman and finds out what she's learned after embarking on a daily, decades-long quest. Next on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
A trusted voice focused on Vancouver Island first.
Good news for tourism.
Sharing stories.
We're here at Esquimalt Lagoon
that hit closest to home.
Housing is a growing issue. What's your plan?
Watch weekdays at 4:30 and at ctvnewsvancouverisland.ca.
And finally, Adam finds out why a Victoria woman has been going outside to search for something specific almost daily for decades on the Sawatsky Sign-Off.
Rebecca is on a quest of sorts that began more than 20 years ago and continues almost every day.
There's always something there. It's never the same day twice.
A search for beauty beyond the flowers in the spring and leaves in the fall, for Rebecca's favorite find of all.
The feathers.
The feathers?
Yes, the feathers.
Specifically, peacock feathers, because, Rebecca says, before proving it with pictures, whether the moms are caring for their chicks in the spring or the dads are displaying their plumage in the winter, there's always feathers to be found.
And I just can't resist them.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're so pretty.
And there are a lot to choose from here, because a few moments before Rebecca arrived, there was a proliferation of peacocks.
I call them a perusal of peacocks.
Because there are just so many peacocks to peruse. So many colors to consider, so many behaviors to observe.
They groom each other, so that's nice.
Even after they disagree, Rebecca says, the peacocks are nice.
They hang out with each other afterwards, so they don't carry a grudge.
But they do discard a lot of feathers, which is even better than nice.
Yeah, I got a whole collection of them. Yeah, you can never get too many.
Well, Rebecca will use the feathers to create all sorts of crafts back home.
It's a pretty one here.
She takes a moment to arrange them here.
They're so pretty in the sun.
Into a blissful bouquet.
And it offset all the bad things that happen because you can weigh against all the beauty.
Because if you take the time to look for beauty, she's learned, you will always find it. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Victoria.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, that's it for us here at CTV News Vancouver. Thank you for joining us.